Hey, DragonCon, Crispy here, and we're with Christine. Christine, thank you for making it.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm having an amazing day. I've seen some incredible costumes.
Fantastic.
I've actually seen people that I work with in costumes that I don't recognize.
I was wondering if that was going to happen since your show is here.
Our show's here.
Yeah,
and we have, in fact, people skipped work yesterday.
Oh, goodness.
So that they could be here, which
Wow.
I'm not sure I feel about that, but their costumes were amazing, so I guess it was worth missing.
It balances out. I mean,
Right.
you're not going to call them out on it specifically, but when you go back, you'll be like, so how was your convention?
Yeah, exactly. So how was your weekend?
Goodness, so you guys are actually working right now. I didn't realize that because you're already
we
rolling
actually
through.
shot until 6 a.m. this morning.
Goodness, thank you
in
for being
downtown
here.
Atlanta. I didn't, but one
Okay.
of the other actors did.
Fair enough.
And the night before I was shooting until 4 a.m. So,
Nice.
you know, it's a superhero show and we do a lot of stuff at night.
That makes sense. You have to have that dark, broody kind of thing.
Exactly, otherwise, I don't see Black Lightning walking around Atlanta during the day, really. It doesn't
No,
seem
not
very
really.
stealth.
Not at all. Not
Does
at
it?
all. It's like, to be fair though, during Atlanta during the day, this time of year, it would blend in.
Do you know
so.
what? Actually, now thinking about
Yeah.
it, now I'm a resident of Atlanta.
Are you now? Welcome
I
to
am.
town.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm part of Yollywood.
Oh, good, you're not wrong. this town is kind of blown up with that kind of work.
It's actually
so.
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Which is
when did you
why
come down?
Well, you know, obviously we did the first season here, and then I did the real move just before that we
Right,
started
to make
filming
sure.
the second season.
Yeah.
So beginning of the summer.
Fantastic.
Came down, whole family, and yeah, now we're Atlantans.
Nice.
I know.
What have been the big things that you've done? Have you done any touristy stuff, or has it all been work?
Buford Highway.
That's where I live. I love that. Yes.
Because I love my food.
Yes. Lots of
put it
fun
there.
right there.
I'm really excited about going to Lips, the drag queen restaurant.
It's
I haven't
great.
had a chance yet,
Yeah.
but it's definitely on my list.
I can see that.
I'm actually going to take my friend for her 70th birthday. We're going to go do the drag queen bingo there.
Oh my goodness.
Claremont Lounge.
Have you been?
I've been.
Okay. They just recently
Wow.
remodeled, so it's
Wow.
crazy.
I hadn't been before.
Yeah. For those of you at home, just trust this is the right reaction. So.
I want you to imagine your grandmother is a stripper. That's all I'm saying.
My camera guy looks very embarrassed right now. It's great. Like, don't call attention. Don't call attention.
No, but actually, they've done a beautiful job.
It's
I
a
mean,
beautiful thing. They reopened that hotel after a long time.
We went to the rooftop.
The
We had
rooftop is
cocktails,
gorgeous up there.
We went to the little French restaurant downstairs.
Yeah.
It was all very sophisticated.
It is, which is not what
And
you
then we
expect.
went down to the basement.
Where the magic happens.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they say. So
It's a pretty phenomenal place. And I
Nice.
actually love a dive bar as well.
That's
so,
my kind of scene.
Yeah, so I love Atlanta. I love the trees. I love the diversity. And I like that it feels small. Even though it's a city, it doesn't have that sort of big sprawling feel that like LA has or
That's
New
fair.
York has.
I mean, we still have that, but the scale is a lot more manageable.
and
you know?
and I like football as well, so I've been going to
you're
Atlanta
Atlanta.
United and seeing some games.
I'm there a lot.
Are you?
I'm there a lot. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
so,
it's such a good atmosphere as
it's
well.
some of the
And
best fans I've ever seen.
I think so.
Yeah.
And also the stadium's pretty nice, isn't it?
Beautiful. So as a local,
Yeah.
we complained about that stadium being built. And then
Did you?
Yeah, we're like, oh, we don't need a new stadium. This is costing the taxpayers money. And then I walked in for that first game a couple years ago.
Did you?
And I'm like, I was wrong.
And that roof and everything,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the fact that you can get like really good barbecue
For
and
super
stuff
cheap,
there.
and it's all that. Yeah.
$5
so,
beer. Come
right.
on.
So.
So obviously me and you like the same
We
things.
should,
We
yeah,
like food,
I need to show
like
you where
barbecue.
all the places are that we're on the same boat here. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then let's talk about let's go Buford Highway then. What's your go-to
You know
spot?
what? I've just scratched the
Scratch.
surface,
Yeah, oh
Chris,
my
and I
goodness.
can't wait for you to tell me about small places.
Yeah.
But I do like the Vietnamese vibe, and there's a place there called Com Grill.
I know exactly where that is. So we'll see.
We'll see you there.
We'll,
Yeah,
we'll get
be-
that worked out at
yeah.
some point. 'Cause I wasn't expecting to be as hungry as I am during
No,
this
but now I'm
interview.
talking about
oh
Buford
my
Highway,
God!
now
I
you're
just want to
thinking
go
about
home
it.
now.
Yeah.
So fantastic. So food aside, obviously you're a foodie and my
Yeah.
kind of people, food party.
Yeah.
But is there any more like the geeky side? So we're at the DragonCon. It's the question I always ask.
Yeah.
What's your geeky side?
Well, you know, I was in Doctor Who.
A bit.
For
yeah.
like a second, and
Love
there
that.
are no other fans like Whovians.
crazy.
They really take it to the next level
Yeah.
in the costuming, in the detail
Yeah.
of the, sort of what they know in terms of the show, and like all the iterations of the doctors. You know, everyone's got their doctor that they love, but I like meeting Doctor Who fans because it's so part of the English cultural
That's so spot on. Yes.
fibre. It is
Yeah.
Doctor. I grew up watching the original Doctor Who.
Who was your doctor?
My doctor was No, I was no. Wait, no.
I heard
I'm talking
that.
about when I grew up.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
original iterations, it would have been. Oh my God, I'm blanking
That's
on
all
his
right.
name.
Which
I'll
one?
come
Which number?
back to me.
Which number was it? Do you remember the number?
One of the later ones. So
One
I'm
of the
not that
later
old.
ones. That, I'm just asking. You might have
It's
grown
gonna
up with the
come back to
reruns.
me. Don't worry. Don't
Scarf.
worry.
That Scarf's your baker.
No, it wasn't Baker, although he's
Peter,
incredible.
Yes, you had Peter, then you had Tom, and then Sylvester.
Sylvester McCoy.
Yes.
Loved
Which
him.
we had him here a lot. He
Loved
is
him.
a fantastic man.
And he's a great guy as well.
Yeah, just fantastic. So,
in fact, all of those, I've done a couple of conventions around
Yeah.
Doctor Who, and like all of those old school Doctor Who actors, like I did a Doctor Who convention in LA, and they brought out like the original costume designer from 1968. I mean, she was old.
But she had the right place. Yeah, well
dressed,
everything like
and
that.
she was just fascinating. You know, she talked about the whole process of like how she created costumes and how they did it then when it was so less high tech.
Yeah.
And how she would source incredible fabrics and then some of the older actresses, the old original sort of Doctor Who mates, and just, you know, these are actresses that are in their 60s, 70s, and just, you know, you learn so much just talking to them. It was just a different generation, different approach, you know, and this is a time when people couldn't like get the DVD and watch the box set.
You had to really work for it.
You had to have seen it.
Yes.
Or you have to find somewhere that has, you know, VHS. So I just feel like Doctor Who as like a very personal... you know, thing for me, just obviously being English and being in it, and it never gets old, Doctor Who, does it?
And it's one of those beautiful things as a Whovian myself. Eccleston was the one that got me back in. I grew up with the other ones, but Eccleston was the one that brought back.
Who is your Doctor then?
Honestly, it was Chris.
See,
until Peter.
Right.
And Peter won me over completely.
I think that Chris brought something very different to that role.
Really did.
That I think really reframed what a doctor could be. And I like David Tennant because he's got a great style and he's really flamboyant.
He's just a fun person.
Right,
yeah.
But I think Chris just took it in a really interesting direction. And I can't wait to see what the new Doctor does. I'm so
Jodie's going to be so wonderful.
happy it's going to be a woman.
Yes.
Maybe one day it will be a black woman. You know,
we'll get there.
Never know. We're
sooner
getting there.
Yeah, and I'm happy to see
what
these
about
changes.
a gay black woman? How about that?
There's no reason not to.
Why not? Yeah.
But I mean.
But again, you know, and I am going to geek out a little bit.
That's why you're here.
Doctor Who again broke all of those kind of colour boundaries of like, oh, you have to be this and you have to be that, and you know, it was very. It's got this very global feel. Like people in Mexico love Doctor Who, and I don't understand why, but it just transcends. I think, and I can't even just. I feel like the types of people I meet that love it are so different. So yeah, that's my one.
That's a hell of a one too. No, I mean, you've hit on some beautiful person notes there. I love that you do obviously your personal history with the profession, but to be able to hear that. And that's something that I've always loved from people that have sat there, that I've been involved. They're like, yeah, I was a fan, and now I get to be a part of this.
Right.
This is the dream.
Yeah, done.
You know,
done,
yeah. I don't care what it is.
Sign
So
me
kind
up,
of deal.
yeah,
So I like that these opportunities exist, and I love that love is still there.
Totally.
It didn't jade you, because I hear often as well. It's like, yeah, they say don't meet your heroes, etc. Don't work for
Not at all. I'm so happy that I was part of it, and I just feel like I'm part of a kind of legacy.
Yeah.
And so many fantastic actors have come through the show, and you know, you've seen actors really blossom, like Billie Piper. You know, she.
We lost a light entirely. These things happen.
These things happen.
That's all right. Are we good? Is our light good enough to keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry, audience. We'll keep going.
I think, but you know, Billie Piper really became like a phenomenal actress over the arc of that show, and so for so many reasons.
Yeah. Well, I want to keep talking about this, but we're probably going to have to go. So before you get going, though,
we haven't even gotten into our like food recommendations.
Well, I don't want
the best barbecue in Atlanta.
I will tell you that off camera because I don't want to necessarily reveal the secrets to just anyone.
Yeah. We don't want like 50,000 people going to our spots.
If you know me, I'll take care of you. So I will take care of you once we're done here. Awesome. So before we get going, I want you to dig in here. Our random questions. We shake it up a bit. Hand it back to me so I can read it to you. Get a good one.
I'm going to go for a sort of slightly matching color.
Sounds great. Looks good. All right. Interesting.
Okay.
If you could play cards with any historical figure, what game would it be and with whom would you play?
What a great question. If I could play cards with any
This is
historical...
going to stomp you for a second. I understand. I wasn't ready for that one.
Oh, my goodness. Probably... I just feel like, you know, I've got to go for some heavy hitter. I feel like probably someone like Nelson Mandela or someone like that, right? And probably, a game where that wouldn't take a lot of concentration,
Right.
so I could just talk to him.
Just have the
like
social
if it was
kind of thing.
poker,
No,
that's
not
not going
out.
to be good because I'm not very maths minded. So
Right.
I'd have to really concentrate on
Yeah,
my
poker and spades
cards,
and you're
he'd be talking,
betting.
I'd be like, Nelson,
No.
shh, 1 second, I've got this. No. So I'm going to say an easy game with Nelson Mandela and just listen to him and just learn from him and just, you know, just learn.
Yeah. All right. So we'll say maybe go fish is the kind of conversational
The
game of
easiest
choice.
game, snap.
Snap with Nelson Mandela is that beautiful. Just imagining that brought me a lot of joy.
He's probably really good at it.
I'll take it out. It's
God rest
fine.
his soul.
Awesome. I want to thank you personally. This has been one of the most fun interactions I've had in a long time.
Thank you. And probably you don't get many people in this chair wearing pink fuchsia leather, do you, Chris?
Not lately. So and you are rocking the hell out of it. So thank you for that. And this is the first time we're going to see you here. I hope it's not the last time
It
we
won't
see
be.
you
I
here.
live here now. You're
And
not
we're
going to be able
stuck
to keep
with
me
you.
away. Yeah.
So.
And then next year I'll be back. I'll be like, Chris.
All right.
That restaurant you told me about
Was terrible. I understand.
Chris.
That's what happened
Those
to me.
restaurants
I
you
get
told
it.
me about, I enjoyed them a lot.
And I will be in trouble. So thank you guys and thank you,
Thank you,
DragonCon.
and thanks everyone, and come and see me. I'm here all day today
Yes.
until 7 o'clock and all day tomorrow until 7 o'clock. So if you want to come say hi, that'd be really nice.
And then back to work.
And then back to work, yeah.
But have fun for now.
Yes, I will.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Bye.